Hello and welcome to Movie Night Mates, a real-time film commentary podcast hosted by me, I'm Dan, and my very good friend Jess. I'm coming in at the beginning of the episode to give you guys the title of the show because we didn't have it yet when we recorded this. So you've heard it, we are the Movie Night Mates. This week we are going to be watching the classic Halloween 1978, directed by John Carpenter. So if you have your movie ready to go, let's get on with the show. I am Dan.
I am Jess.
And this is a new venture for both of us. This is the first episode of our new, I deign to call it a podcast, because it's not really a podcast, really. Like, if you listen to it on its own, you still might have some fun, but it's best accompanied by a movie. I guess you could call it a podcast, though, because we're putting it out in the podcast channel.
We're talking into mics.
Well, it'll be on, yeah, we're on mics. We put cats onto mic. And we both really like watching movies together. That's something we've both done a lot throughout our friendship, our 73-year-old friendship. I am 84. But no, I'm Dan. She is Jess, and we like to watch movies together. And more importantly, we like to make jokes while we watch movies together. And since we already bother so many of our friends by doing that, why not bother some more people too? So this whole show is around the conceit of we are watching the movie with you. Whatever movie we've selected, we want you to put on in the background while we go through the movie together and kind of add our own little commentary, trivia where applicable. I will probably be the one with the trivia, but I will not put it past Jess to have some trivia in her back pocket.
I don't know anything.
Here
so.
And now. And really just have a good time and make each other laugh and hopefully make you laugh too. So thank you for listening and giving this a chance. Why are we qualified to do this? Because we're not qualified to do this. Neither of us have ever professionally studied or done anything with film or movies. We just really like watching them, and I think have a pretty eclectic taste. Personally, my favorite movies are pretty basic. I love Back to the Future. I love Shaun of the Dead. I love Evil Dead 2. I love Raiders of the Lost Ark. Those are my favorite movies. Jess, what are your favorite movies for the people?
I'm not as serious about picking favorites as you are, but I would say, like, Nightmare Before Christmas.
I can tell by your socks.
Spirited Away. Hey, listen, this is October. My birthday was 2 days ago, which means this month is Halloween. Everything to celebrate.
But Christmas
time
is next week.
No.
It's always next week. I'm so excited for our Christmas episodes. We're going to watch so much Die Hard.
Oh my God, great.
And we can watch The Green Knight. It's a Christmas movie.
Oh, okay.
Secretly.
All right, sure.
Keep going. Sorry, I interrupted.
I don't know. I like kids' movies. Anything that either is funny or has hot people in it. Those are the movies that I like.
So definitely Finding Nemo.
No, like Jennifer's Body.
Okay. Yeah. That's awesome. So thank you. We are about to get into our very first inaugural film because it is October and because there is a new one coming out later this week. We are watching Halloween, the original 1978 John Carpenter classic. Now, this is a bad movie for us to start on because the whole idea of this show is that at least one of us has not seen the movie before, but both of us have seen this movie. I've seen this movie every year.
Well, let's preface this as well. We can bend our own rules, and the last time I watched this was probably when you showed it to me in like 8th grade, so I don't remember a lot of it. I know that Michael is there. I know that Laurie is there. That's kind of it. So
awesome.
It'll be like a rewatch. I don't know.
I have watched this movie every single year on October 31st since 2014. So I'm very familiar with it, and I think we could just get into it. The whole setting this up is if you have a version of the movie to watch on your own. We are watching the Blu-ray 35th anniversary edition. There is, to my knowledge, no additional scenes. This is the regular Halloween that you can get anywhere. If you're watching it on Blu-ray or DVD and streaming, we're probably going to sync up at the exact same time. There's only one version of this movie that exists with extra scenes, and it was played on TV in like the 90s. So I don't think that we're going to have any weird sync problems. And what we'll do is I will press play on our movie. We are starting right at the 0 mark. No titles have come up, and as each of the opening titles comes up, I will just read them out loud so you know where we are and you can hopefully sync up with us. So we will get started in just a moment. All right, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so we are watching the Blu-ray version. I am hitting play in 3, 2, 1. Let's hear that music kick in. It is playing now. The music just started.
Music playing.
A Compassa International Pictures release has just showed up. Mustafa Akkad presents. Here we go.
You're just gonna like quote the entire movie and I'll be like, this is fun.
All right, I think we're synced up. Oh my god, my audio for that just looks like a bunch of like penises for the band. God, this music is so good. I almost don't want to do any commentary right now because I don't want to ruin
here's
the
our
music.
Here's our first podcast episode. Queen.
So, something a lot of people don't know is
actually
at the right eye and the nose of the pumpkin, why there's that weird like slit right there is because that's supposed to be Michael's silhouette of him holding a knife. So the right eye is supposed to be his head, and the nose is
my
is his
god.
knife. Yeah, I didn't know that until like 2 years ago.
That's so funny. How do you even think of that?
I don't know. Creativity. And the cool thing, I think it's, what is it, the second one? Or maybe even the 2018 one, that it's like a decomposing pumpkin. And they, like, do it in reverse. So by the time it's in, it's, back to normal.
Back to normal. That's cool.
I can't remember which one that is, but yeah. So would you say...
Oh, well, it makes sense why they're then, up close with just this little aspect of the little in the like right where his mouth would be.
Yeah, see,
the cut in the pumpkin looked like a penis.
But I've never got why they just like.
Did you just hear what I said?
It registered. I never got why they like zoomed in on that eye. Ugh, the man, the myth, the legend, John Carpenter. He's like one of the only like classic horror directors still alive, unfortunately. Like
really?
Wes Craven.
Oh yeah,
is gone. R.I.P. Toby Hooper is gone. R.I.P.
Jeez.
George A. Romero is gone. So would you say out of like the big three, Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, this is the series you are least literate in?
Yes.
Like in the history?
Yes.
So you know nothing of like the Cult of Thorn?
No.
Paul Rudd?
No.
Being in one of them? Well, I showed you the clip and I'm kind of sad because it would have been a good movie to watch from Halloween Resurrection of Busta Rhymes doing karate.
That was one of the most entertaining things I've ever seen.
Well, the rest of the movie isn't. So, I mean, this is regarded by a lot of people as...
oh my god, turn it off.
Oh yeah, this is a little bit too much.
It's a little racy. Oh my gosh.
This is regarded as like the first real slasher. Like movies like Psycho and Black Christmas had come out and Texas Chainsaw Massacre, but this is like what does it? Okay, let's start a timer. They go upstairs now.
Okay.
Dude finishes in like 10 seconds. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Oh, what? Let's start now. There we go. They're having sex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13.
This is fun.
This is overstaying its welcome. Look,
now keep counting. This
18,
is great.
19, 20, 21, 22, 23. I'll count in my head. So you can comment.
Okay. Well, clearly, Mr. Min is lasting a little bit longer than you had said.
But still. And
Uh-oh.
hey, it's not about how long it lasts. It's the experience.
So, 10 seconds, 30 seconds, whatever.
Hey. All the same to me, man.
He's an overachiever.
An ogre achiever.
Oh, God.
Somebody. Clock ticking. The clock is counting down, too.
Yeah, there you go. We could have just waited for the clock.
Okay, he's done. He's done.
Oh.
He's fully clothed. He's out the door.
Wow. Oh.
So that was
So it was
about
maybe
30,
like
40
45 seconds probably, yeah.
All right, dude, bye.
Did they even
He looks
take
like
off their
poured
clothes?
Overstreet from Glee. But one of like the most distinctive things about this movie that kind of defined slashers for a little bit, aside from, you know, a cast of young, horny teens getting killed off one by a guy in a mask, is putting the audience in the killer's perspective and not necessarily focusing on the actual form of the killer, but putting them in their shoes. So it's like kind of used in other movies. It's definitely used in Black Christmas, the movie Peeping Tom. I can't remember if it's used in Psycho, but it's used a lot in Friday the 13th, the original, of these POV shots from the killer's point of view.
Yeah.
So that's one cool thing.
Interesting. Me. Like, how do you not notice someone right there?
Michael. It just goes at it. R.I.P. Judith.
Dang.
Why does he look at the knife while he's doing
Look
it?
at my own hand. I don't know where I'm swinging.
So I'm pretty sure Michael for this scene was played by like some production assistant lady.
Really?
She was like short enough and like, you know, didn't have hair on her hands or anything, had small hands. But like, you know, still need to be able to hold a camera and
really
do all
funny.
this stuff, or like work with the camera right in front of her face,
Yeah.
basically, if someone else holding it and doing this and still being at like a decent height and everything.
That's so funny.
And that's it. That's the origin of Michael Myers right there. No further elaboration, at least in terms of the current canon. Have you ever seen Rob Zombie's Halloween from 2007, the remake?
I have not.
Oh, because you get about a solid half hour with child Michael.
Oh.
And he talks, and he's kind of a dick.
Oh.
He kills one of the Spy Kids. He kills
Really?
Junie from Spy Kids.
Not Junie.
He's a bully.
Oh my god.
I mean, it's Rob Zombie, so like, I don't want to bag on him because he definitely is an auteur of sorts. He has his style. He has, you know, something. When you can't fault a director when you see a movie of theirs and you can instantly tell it's one of theirs because clearly they know exactly what they want and the style that they can get out of it. So, but I think they explain way too much about Michael in that movie, and like he comes from a bad upbringing and like abuse and all this stuff.
Give him like too much of a backstory.
Yeah, and in that one they established from the get-go that Laurie is his sister, even though like that's only in one version of this series.
Well, we were talking about this before we watched it, and I was like, well, aren't they like siblings? And you were like, no, technically not. Like
so yeah, there are multiple timelines right now. There's this original one, which goes until 6, but doesn't include 3 because 3 is completely unrelated. It's still a great movie, Season of the Witch, great Halloween movie, but just kind of unrelated because what they wanted to do was kind of just do it like anthology style.
Yeah.
Finish up with Michael Myers and just do something completely different, but still set around Halloween. But everyone was like, "This is terrible." It's actually a good movie, but they were just pissed that it didn't have Michael Myers or anything in it.
Gotcha. Eyes on the road, please. 2 hands on the wheel.
Thank you. God, this movie's good. Rabbit in red, she's dancing with me. Oh, this like upcoming shot, even though it's not like inherently scary, is just so unsettling. When they turn the corner in a sec.
I think I know. I like don't really remember. Like I didn't remember that initial scene.
Yeah.
It's been so long.
Of just like the patients just wandering.
Yeah. Oh.
In the rain. And just like
well, it's like all those like, you know, found footage, whatever, and it's like people driving along a highway and then there's like some clown running down the highway or some shit like that. Like there's one that was like a I think it was like a trailer for a movie, but one of those that like it wasn't branded. It was just like a creepy video that was like released beforehand. But it was basically this, and then there were a bunch of people walking around, but then they all started walking to the car, and then they're like chasing the car, and that's like a bunch of men in like suits. Yeah, like whoa.
So she's coming back in the new Halloween movie. Halloween Ends. Like, they've got a lot of people.
Yeah.
Including one of the Real Housewives of, I think, New York, who was in this movie as a child.
Really?
Uh-huh.
That's so funny. Do you know which one?
She's like so she's not the kid that Laurie is like babysitting.
Yeah.
She's not Tommy Doyle, because Tommy Doyle is a little boy, but she's like
oh, really?
the friend that like comes over that one of Laurie's friends is watching.
That's funny.
But like even in the trailers, there's like references to this scene of Michael on the top of her car again.
Yeah.
Which is like, God, what a...
Jeez.
Oh, there's his face.
It looked like his hand had something on it.
He's got his little... He's out in the rain. Got no shoes on. Got no his toesies out.
Stop it.
We both play a lot of Dead by Daylight, and that's one of the costumes for Michael Myers. It's just him in his little hospital gown with his mask on.
And we call him, lovingly so, Pata Myers.
Because I don't want to bring Pata into this.
Just for Michael.
It's a chronically online term, but that's it. And we're just going to leave it at that. Okay, there are leaves on the ground. It is fall. It's not really fall, and it's not really Haddonfield, Illinois. This was filmed in California.
Of course it was.
In the middle of summer.
Shut up. So the 4 leaves on the ground, everything's green.
Yeah, everything is green. And what they did was they took leaves from trees, painted them brown, and spread them out. And I believe one of the people who helped in doing that, I'll have to Google this to make sure that I'm talking about the right person. It might have been, I can't remember if it's Bruce Campbell or Wes Craven.
Really?
Was like helping on set with this movie and spread a bunch of leaves or something. I'll have to Google it. I might be saying the completely wrong person, but I do know it's someone else from, kind of horror royalty.
Realm.
So it's like one of them, or maybe even like Tobe Hooper or something like that.
That's really funny.
It's really cool. But yeah, those are just painted leaves because you can't get
and there's
like
so
dead
many
leaves.
of them. What poor PA had to do that?
And this same street is where Nancy lives in Nightmare on Elm Street.
Oh.
So that's set in Ohio, and this is supposed to be Illinois. It's kind of funny when you learn the states of all these slashers being set.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if you can see her house, but I believe it is the same street or like a couple streets over or something. It's kind of funny.
Yeah.
And when you watch Nightmare on Elm Street, you can totally recognize that because Johnny Depp like hides behind one of those big trees at one part. Okay, so in Halloween 6, Paul Rudd plays this character grown up.
Oh my God.
He's like hunting
That's hilarious.
Michael Myers, and it's like pre-fame Paul Rudd. Of course, it looks exactly the same.
Well, yeah.
Paul Rudd's a vampire or something.
Honestly.
But yeah, there are so many different... I forgot I was talking about the timelines. We got distracted by the great music and Michael escaping.
Mm-hmm.
But there are four or five different timelines. There's this one which goes up to 6, which eventually, spoilers, evolves into Michael being some vessel from something called the Cult of Thorn. Oh. And that's why he has powers, and the Cult of Thorn has made it so that he has to seek out and kill all of his relatives. And in that timeline, Laurie died in like a car crash and had a kid named Jamie and all of this ridiculousness. And then there's the H2O continuity, which has Josh Hartnett in one and then Busta Rhymes in the other one, which is really a bad movie. H2O is solid, the one with Josh Hartnett and Jamie Lee Curtis coming back. And actually a cameo by Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
Hey, Darth
Does
Vader.
he have the mask yet? Because it sounds like he's breathing through a mask. Then there's
You would know.
remake.
Why are you asking me?
I don't know. It sounds like
I haven't
he
watched
has
this
the
movie in
coveralls.
years.
Then there's the remake continuity, which we talked about, and now there's this new one which literally ignores every movie in the series except for this one, and then jumps 40 years in the future. So in the current canon, the one that's coming out this Friday and the one that came out in 2018, they are not related. They are not siblings.
How do you store all this information in your brain?
Because I don't know. I care about it. Wouldn't it be awesome if
I'm like amazed every
was
time.
like this about like physics or math? Something useful.
No, I'm always impressed. I know nothing. I retain no information.
I don't know. It's also, I got into slashers.
Why
like
is
where they're like the first thing in horror that I got into. They're a very easy one to start with because they're very formulaic and stuff like that.
They're just fun too.
So, when I was like 12 or 11, so a lot of this is just like from, that imprinting mind. So the Friday the 13th series and Nightmare on Elm Street series, quote unquote lore, if you want to call it that.
Yeah.
Is very much up there. The good thing is, with Friday the 13th and Nightmare on Elm Street, there's not really that many timelines. With Nightmare on Elm Street, there's one timeline and then a remake. Friday the 13th, they get a little bit iffy towards the end, but generally follow the same pattern. This is the only one that's like completely fucked.
Yeah.
Texas Chainsaw is like that too, but I haven't seen those sequels. I've only seen that clip of
There he is. I didn't even notice him.
He does have the mask. I've only seen that clip of Matthew McConaughey jumping out the window in like Texas Chainsaw Massacre 4 and going and like hitting something. Oh my god, Avatar? Is Laurie Strode the Avatar? And so this scene was referenced.
The master of all four elements.
Anybody likes more modern horror, this scene was heavily referenced in It Follows.
It Follows,
looking out the window and seeing
shit out of me
walking towards her. That movie is fantastic. I didn't realize how close similar it was to The Ring until it was pointed out to me, but still pretty solid. I like that movie.
Even still, though, that's
who brings a fucking pumpkin to school? I'm sorry, Tommy Doyle, but this is kind of on you, kid.
They're making fun of him for, he's gonna get you when they should be like, why do you have a giant fucking pumpkin at school? This is the day you dress up, kid. Why did you bring a pumpkin?
Tommy Doyle just brings a pumpkin to school every day. Today just
they're used to it.
Halloween.
They don't even make a comment. Like, haha, you broke your stupid pumpkin.
Why did Michael stop him? Like, he didn't want him to trip and hurt himself?
Yeah, like, here, kid, let me help you.
I wonder if he's, like, jealous at all, like, of this kid. Well, like, I guess...
No, he's like, he has this giant pumpkin, and I don't have anything. All I've got is this stupid mask.
On, like, really, like, it's kind of hard to interpret this movie depending on which canon you like or follow.
Uh-huh.
Because, like... I like the new one that kind of ignores all that other stuff, but I also don't mind like the H2O stuff, but I hate all of the cult stuff. So it's not like, to me, this is, oh, he's doing this because of some cult. Like, that's ridiculous.
Especially just because, sorry, yawning. Especially just because, like, this movie has nothing to do with a cult. And then to add in another, like, genre of, like, horror stuff just for the hell of it.
Yeah.
Like, why? Hey, kid. Where's your pumpkin?
And from what I understand, this movie kind of came out at a time in America where, like, stranger danger was starting to really become a thing.
Don't even get me started on stranger danger, stalkers. I can't handle it. Can't handle it.
I was just saying, like, it just became very much in the public consciousness because, like, serial killers were kind of a 70s thing. They hadn't really been like documented before then, so a lot of people just became way more cautious. So it like preyed along like a lot of those fears that were prevalent. I mean, nowadays it's almost kind of innocent, this movie, compared to the things we have to get into. But we're not going to get into that because we don't want to be that deep. I love how he just like finds the body of the guy that Michael killed just driving after Michael.
I also love the way that he talked. He's like, you better be prepared. If not, it's your funeral. Anyway, there's a psycho killer on the loose.
I just love the idea of Michael hanging dong for a few minutes, getting changed right next to a train.
Oh my god.
Rabbit in
red.
My god. Oh, he doesn't even notice the body. Rest in peace. First on-screen
Inaki.
victim. No, I'm wrong. The movie opens with Michael killing his sister. I was like, oh, first on-screen victim of Michael Myers. Nope. All right. Take a shot every time one of Laurie's friends says the word totally.
Totally.
And you're gonna have a great night.
Oh God. One.
She kind of looks like 2. Her hair kind of makes her look
2.
That was 3.
Oh, it was 3. Did I miss one?
Her hair kind of makes her look like a dog. Like it looks like dog ears.
Like a little like a Shih Tzu
like
or
a
like a
King Charles
yeah.
Cavalier.
No, yeah, spaniel for sure. It's just this friend. It's just this friend.
Yeah.
She's a cheerleader. She's cool. She smokes. She goes to parties.
Soaping windows? I've heard of egging someone's house, but soaping their window?
Yeah.
I'm going to clean your shit.
Yeah, haha. Now it's clean.
It's kind of interesting. Like, we know the rules of surviving slasher movies now because of Scream. Like, no sex, no drugs, no alcohol and stuff. But, like, in this movie, it's never really established whether or not, like, Laurie is a virgin. And, like, generally, like, she might not be. And she does drugs. She, like, smokes weed and stuff with her friends. Like, it's, like, she's, like, the first one and is kind of breaking the rules already. Hey, just like us. First episode breaking the rules already.
Always.
Now, Jessica, do you know what Michael Myers' mask is originally a mask of?
Oh, I don't think so.
Okay, so it was a William Shatner mask from Star Trek.
I'm sorry, what?
That they cut the sideburns off and painted white.
Stop.
So if you were to paint it back to its original tan
Yeah.
and put sideburns on it, it would somewhat resemble William Shatner in Star Trek The Motion Picture, which would have come out
Oh my
sometime
God.
around this.
That is hilarious. They just like run to Spirit Halloween. Like
Like, we grew up in a small town like this, but no one, like, babysat regularly. I guess that's just, like, our generation. Or,
Well,
like,
yeah.
you know, people, I guess, just get the one babysitter they like and stick with it. But it was never like, oh, you're with them this week? Oh, let's hang out. That kind of stuff.
yeah, no, not like that. A lot of lingering shots of people walking.
Oh, yeah. It's supposed to feel like we're stalking them, too.
I don't like it.
You aren't a fan of lingering shots.
No.
Bringing up Invisible Man again.
Yeah.
2020.
Dude. That's worst nightmare. Again, I'll just keep saying it every time you bring up Invisible Man. Don't watch that alone if you're a woman.
Even if you're a man, if you're a person,
Anyone, don't watch it
alone.
alone. It's terrifying.
Totally.
Totally tubular.
Oh, for a second, I thought she was out of shot, so she just stopped walking.
He just
That
standed.
happens in
He just standed.
That happens in the movie 10 Things I Hate About You, in the scene where like Heath Ledger shows up and like distracts someone like at archery, and someone accidentally gets shot like in the background.
Oh yeah,
And
yeah.
like, the coach's like, go get the nurse, and like the kid runs off. You just see them in the background just stop and like turn around and start like just walking around and like lingering. Just like, what should I do?
That's really funny. It's like, don't get the nurse.
Like, one of my favorite things to do in movies is watch extras. Now, there really aren't that many extras in this movie.
Yeah.
Because this movie was made for like $500,000 or something, maybe even less. This whole like genre was based, like slashers and of the time were made on shoestring budgets. I'm pretty sure the most expensive of like the big three was Nightmare on Elm Street, and that movie had a budget of $1 million, which is just like
Jeez,
nothing by today's term. I mean, even like adjusted for inflation, that's probably only around like 8 or 10 million by today's standards, and that's pretty standard fare for like an independent film.
That's crazy.
Will you? You got a leaf in your hair?
Fake leaf.
Laura, you got a leaf in your hair?
Fake leaf.
She just like brushes it away, just smudges brown paint all over her.
What the fuck?
I think that actor's coming back for the new one too.
How old is he now?
No clue how old he is.
Creep.
That's an outfit in Dead by Daylight that she's wearing. I never wear it.
Those stockings.
It's way too bright.
It's way too bright. They only ever give extra clothing, and it's all like fucking neon, like yellow and white. Like,
you what, mate? I never noticed that before. Maybe there are extra scenes. No, I'm kidding. Who the hell?
it is fully daylight outside.
At what? She's walking home from school.
So
3:15 maybe. At
what
this
the
point.
hell? That is too
Like
much.
the earliest I would ever get was like 5, when I was in charge of the candy.
Yeah.
And it was like little kids,
Yeah.
like kindergartners,
Children.
because they had to go to bed in an hour.
Yeah, literally.
Oh, she has Annabelle on her dresser.
There he is. There's something about horror movies with the
And
sheets on a clothesline. I can't speak.
Yeah, you know, when there's sheets on a clothesline in a horror movie, shit's about to go down.
Oh, yeah.
The Conjuring does it. This does it.
It does it.
Oh, the original It.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Who's James Ensnor and why is he so hot?
You giving her that look. The
How
calls
did he
are
get to a
coming from
phone
the
so
inside of the
fast?
house.
God damn. Michael's just booking it everywhere. He's got a schedule to keep.
Yeah.
Oh, I was wrong.
Damn. Fake fan. You don't know anything about this movie.
Yeah. I lied. I've never seen that before.
Who's the killer? Freddy?
Who's in this one?
Who's that one again?
The man with the leather face, ghost face.
Nightmare the
Chainsaw Man?
13th. What is this one?
You know that, like, so Scary Movie came out in the late 90s.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody loved it. And of course we got inundated with terrible parodies. And there's one that's called, like, I screamed when I looked at the calendar and saw Friday the 13th landed on Halloween or whatever.
Yeah.
And it's some ridiculously long, and, like, I'm pretty sure I Know What You Did Last Summer is in there too.
Yeah.
When people put I Know What You Did Last Summer up with Halloween, Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street, and Scream, that pisses me off. That movie, while having... It just doesn't use the cast properly. Like, when you watch it, I love Jennifer Love Hewitt. Do not get me wrong. I love Freddie Prinze Jr. Don't get me wrong. They do not have chemistry with each other. Sarah Michelle Gellar should have been the main character of that movie, but instead she is not. And Ryan Felipe just... He's okay. But, like, we clearly know that Freddie Prinze Jr. and Sarah Michelle Gellar had actual chemistry with each other, so they should have really flipped that one around. And she's just way more interesting when you do watch that movie. Mm-hmm. And it's just so predictable and has, like, the weirdest ending, too.
That's one that I've never seen, but I've never, like, been interested in watching it. Like, as far as, quote, classic movies that I haven't seen.
I don't know if it was written by the same guy who wrote Scream, but, like... It was, like, partially based on a book that had come out, and it was basically right after Scream happened and, like, the slasher boom of the late 90s started, and everybody wanted a piece. Weren't they just together, like, 20 minutes ago?
Yeah.
Or is this not,
well,
like,
she
real
did change.
Yeah. What's that? What is that? What are they doing?
Funky something hat.
Oh, I don't know. I'm looking at the IMDb's. I'm sorry.
We got to pull it up.
Yep.
We got
Kevin
questions. They got
Williamson.
answers.
He wrote Scream, and he wrote I Know What You Did Last Summer, and goddamn, are they differing in quality. Charlie Brown.
Did he just walk on that guy's grave? Or whoever is under there? I think he just walked up on the grave.
Tombstone Myers. Too many Dead by Daylight references are going to come from this movie.
Yeah, apologies in advance.
Yep, he stole the tombstone. Whoa, now he can
even
lure
just
you.
that Tombstone Myers gives me anxiety.
Yeah. Oh my god. R.I.P. Burger King Myers, by the way. If anybody plays Dead by Daylight, this is around the time that the update just happened and they changed some of his add-ons and you can't do Burger King Myers anymore. Rest in peace, King.
So sad. And if you don't play Dead by Daylight.
Why does she care so much? Why is she making that face about a vape?
At a vape?
Is this a vape?
Is this a drug? I love this song.
It's the cowbell song.
He's really tailgating him. She breaks too fast. He's hitting her.
Well, it's Michael, so I think he wants to do that. Dude, Lori, you can't even hang. Do you even smoke, Lori? Like, who do you know here? Name 5 brothers right now. Do it, Lori. He's not one of the 5 brothers. You can't help out.
The leaves. And now every time I see leaves on screen, I'm like, Jesus.
Yep. Some poor PA had to do all
this.
It's and
awful.
The palm trees. Yeah, this is Illinois, 100%.
Yeah.
Wait. Here, I'll let them say the dialogue first before I say my point. What happened?
What happened?
So he broke into the hardware store, stole Dennis Reynolds, but they're just investigating it now. We saw Michael with the mask hours ago while Laurie was at school.
Yeah.
So has people just been walking past, like on the main street, just walking past?
Just like somebody should do something about that.
And, like all this ringing stuff.
Oh my god.
I can't handle. Once you point out the trees, it's like you just start seeing palm trees and like rolling hills everywhere. Like this is clearly California.
I love it. He's so calm for someone that's like, so someone escaped the mental hospital.
Oh, there he is. Michael just throws up the bird.
I was going to say, what if he just has like a fucking gun?
Michael Drive-By Myers. Beep, 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 beep. Okay, I'm kind of sad we're not watching
different movie.
Halloween 2, where all of a sudden it turns into an action movie for 15 seconds when there's some poor kid walking across the street wearing a very similar outfit to Michael Myers, and instead of like stopping, one of the police cars just rams into him and pins him against a van, and then everything explodes.
What the fuck?
And it's not even Michael.
Oh
it's actually God. Ben Tramer, who they mention. I don't know if they mentioned him earlier or they're going to mention him. Oh, there
literally right. What the fuck?
Yeah, R.I.P. Ben Tramer. He dies later this night, and he doesn't even get killed by Michael. He gets killed by a random police officer who hit him with a car.
He's gonna
Rest
fucking
in peace,
die. He's really not like, for a stalker, he's like real obvious. He's not keeping any distance between them.
Like, I notice when a car follows me for more than 3 blocks.
Oh, yeah.
Let alone one that I've been seeing all day with a man in a mask as well.
Like, fully standing out from behind a bush. Not even trying to hide. He even has his lights on. Like... Also, how long were they driving around for?
I don't know, the sun sets pretty fast in California in the summer. That's what's so famous about it. Those short California summer days. And cold ones at that, too. See, the failure of this movie is that Michael never
Kids,
steals
that's
a
real
kid's
fun.
bag of candy and calls them a nerd and shoves them to the ground. I think that's what really would have set it apart at the time.
You're telling me she walked towards him and did not once look into the street and see a man, not even standing behind a tree, just standing next to a tree.
Where are all these
They're like
parents
20 feet
going
from him.
anyway? They're not even in costume or anything. It's not like some like parental Halloween party who just like goes out to dinner on a weeknight on Halloween. Strode Realty Key, eh? Michael the Stallion.
The Stallion. He kills somebody.
He's quirky.
How did it get so fucked up in there?
Probably years of teens
Youths.
vandalizing it.
What?
Oh, yeah, animal lovers. Look away. I'll tell you when you can look back.
Ew.
Hungry, itchy, tasty.
A skunk could have killed the dog. Are skunks like that? All I know is that they thump when they get mad.
I swear
like
to God.
do.
Oh, I thought there was a shot of the dead dog. Never mind, guys. You
Good.
can look back at the screen.
That's every fucking horror movie is like, you know what? Kill the dog just to make people more distressed.
Yeah, I watched something recently. I won't say what it is because I don't want to spoil anything.
Ugh.
And there's a pretty brutal animal death in it, and
That's
it was.
I don't even like in video games,
hard
like
to
playing Ghost of
watch.
Tsushima right now. And when like the dogs that are, I'm like, I don't want to hurt them.
Especially since they're all chow chows.
Yeah,
They're adorable and very
I
nice
hate that.
creatures. And he kept looking at his own knife for some reason. I don't know why. I wonder if this house is like still standing.
Well, yeah, because hasn't he been in prison or
wait.
whatever for 15 years? Whoa, hello.
Oh shit. Actually I believe it is still standing. I think it moved or something. Like they literally moved the house, like rebuilt it or something. And it's like a dentist's office now.
That's funny.
Could you imagine going to the dentist at Michael Myers' house?
That would be awesome.
I know that the house from Nightmare on Elm Street is still up, and they are very cool about people as long as you like knock on the door,
Yeah.
and ask to like be like, yeah, you can take a picture.
I've heard
here.
the same thing about, well, I don't know if it's like still the same people, but like for the Breaking Bad house, like they used to be cool with people, like taking
Dude,
pictures,
they're
but not
horrible now.
anymore.
Yeah, no, they hate it. Like they have fences, everything. Because I know,
like you
know,
bought a famous house, you bought it, and
I don't
you
know if
thought
they
people
bought it or
wouldn't
if
want to
they
come look at it.
licensed, like allowed people to, but like people would throw pizzas on the roof.
Yeah, yeah.
But the thing is, you still probably get a pizza on the roof from the sidewalk if you really tried.
Yeah, it's a frisbee. Like,
And I know who's another one. I've heard the Amityville house, but that's kind of warranted because actual bad things happen there.
Yeah.
So you might not want people to constantly. But like they even like
I
changed.
could never buy a house like that if like actual stuff. No,
Yeah,
if actual stuff happened there, no.
Changed the like iconic windows.
Yeah,
So that people can't really figure out which one it is and like won't take a picture because like it's like, why would you? If it's not like the iconic look of that one side of the house with the 2 windows in the attic.
Yeah. Did they film that movie like in the house, or was it just like a set?
I'm not sure. Or if it was a lot of sets. Who wants to listen to King Arthur on Halloween? Watch some spooky movies. Pulls
I'm
up
a big
porn.
kid now. It's porn.
Oh.
Do I make another Nightmare Before Christmas joke? Or
Yeah, I permit it.
Because I'm Mr. Oogie Boogie.
That was... We couldn't have done another take of that one.
Doggy. I love old movie dog barks because it's always a German Shepherd and it's always like...
Yeah, it's always that one, like... Because, like, the audio equipment couldn't really get, like, all of it. So it, like, pops and crackles.
Yeah. I love it.
Lindsay, she's one of the Real Housewives.
That's so funny. I was never into New York. I was more of a Orange County gal, but
I'll have to double check.
That's so funny.
Which one she is. She might be New York. She might
hate
be like
that
LA.
dog. I hate you.
Oh man, brutal. And then she's gonna be in the new one. It's
That's
Kyle Richards.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Wow. Really?
From Ben Tramer. Let's go. Beverly Hills.
Yeah.
Real Housewives of Beverly Hills.
Beverly Hills and Orange County. Wow.
And she's gonna be in Halloween Ends. In theaters, October 15th.
She for a while was one of the normal housewives. They all spiral at some point.
I mean, just having cameras present all the time, I feel like it would definitely have to happen.
Yeah,
I mean,
exactly.
like, even now we're being recorded.
Scripted,
we're probably heightened versions of ourselves.
Yeah.
We're getting meta. Episode 1.
She talks like she has a retainer in.
Maybe they did. I'm so glad
Some
I never had
Invisalign. Sponsor.
I definitely would have been one of the kids that always accidentally threw their retainer out at lunch.
I always felt so bad for people
daily.
that would have to, like, it's like 2 class periods later, and then they'd have to walk back and be like, did you take the trash out? How do you not see him?
Hey, y'all seen Star Trek?
He's hiding behind a hanging plant. No bra.
So if you were, like, babysitting a kid...
What the fuck?
Who the hell would just walk into the room, like, practically naked?
Yeah.
Like, you'd end up on a watch list. Annie
Literally.
Brackett, whose dad is the sheriff. He's the sheriff.
He's the sheriff, and I'm in here, and we're out there.
Oh my god, it's too late. I'm too tired. There's going to be so many YouTube poops now. YouTube poop references.
If you understand any of our references, you have to like, comment, and subscribe.
Yeah, you had to have been on YouTube in 2008.
Look at him.
Uh-oh.
I know. He's already killed one dog.
What, like the press
What
release?
a dick!
The next day after this, definitely, or like press conference, they would have been like, last night Michael Myers went on a rampage and killed 5 people, and like everyone in the room was like, and then they're like, and 2 dogs, and I was like, oh my god.
It's so true though. There's so many memes of like someone
Howard
dies in a
Hawks'
horror movie.
production of what's this? The Thing.
I love that movie. That's another one I haven't watched probably since.
Well,
middle
no,
school or
this
high
is the
school.
original The Thing from Another World from the 1950s.
Oh.
John Carpenter himself, 2 years later, would remake that movie.
Oh.
into the modern
that's the one
thing
that I saw.
that we know and love. That's definitely like in my top 10 favorite horror movies of all time. It's so good. I swear, if we do the thing, it has to be in a few months when Among Us is maybe just a little less popular, because otherwise the entire time we're just going to be calling people sussy. Because like that's what it is. I mean, in this movie, Michael,
I think
100%,
it's already starting to be on a downswing.
Yeah,
I haven't seen as much.
Good. We can wait it out a little bit longer. Michael is very sussy. I would describe him as a sus master. I think he is imposter. He is not a crewmate. Tommy Doyle, he's dressed as an astronaut. We know he's a crewmate. Laurie,
he hasn't done
on
any
which
tasks.
timeline
All
you're
he
in,
does is talk.
might be a little sussy.
I'm sorry. I don't like this girl.
Aw, not Annie Brackett. So interesting.
She just left the girl.
And
she's naked. She is not a very responsible babysitter. What if Michael decided to kill a kid?
Michael never kills kids.
Her fucking fault?
I don't think he's ever killed a kid.
Do you think the parents are going to care?
He's not Freddy Krueger. I don't think Michael or Jason ever kill a kid. I think like the youngest they go is like, late teens.
Yeah.
But like, no one prepubescent. In the Rob Zombie remake, her character, Annie Brackett, is played by...
That looks like cereal.
the same actress who played Jamie, the daughter of Laurie Strode in Halloween 4 and 5. She plays Annie Brackett in Halloween 2007. So it's a nice little connection. That movie is so weird, though. Like, I think about it sometimes and I just get like icky feeling. Icky sticky. It's so grimy.
Ugh.
Like just a grimy ass movie. It needs to take a bath or a shower, because baths are ineffectual. You're just sitting in your grime.
Nice.
Yeah, don't let me talk for too long. I'll spiral. Yeah, so that's when they like find the saucer. Holy cats. She's just plotting marrying, someone rich and becoming a, Bravo?
Yep, Bravo.
Star.
Why does that lock from the outside?
Oh, shit. I didn't even realize he was back there before.
I didn't, until you said, oh, shit, I didn't see him either. Like, how is there only the lock on the outside? Doors have both.
You see, this is why like a movie like this could not be made nowadays. She would just text Laurie, or this little kid on her iPad, and be like, "Hey, I'm stuck outside."
She wouldn't be watching. She wouldn't be watching anything on the TV. She'd be watching Cocomelon on the iPad. No, she's probably too old for Cocomelon.
I was gonna say, she looks too old for
it would be
Cocomelon.
like Among Us.
Among Us, or like a toy opening web series. She'd be watching.
Who's the kid?
What is his name? The one who
it's like Kevin or some shit. Just like
video game series. Like, I feel bad for that kid. But yeah, she'd be watching surprise toys, whatever.
No, you know who she'd be watching? JoJo Siwa.
Yeah.
Queen. Are you kidding?
I'm putting Annie Brackett on a list, man. She is
I'm over her.
She is sussy.
I'm stuck. Your foot was like on the thing. Girl,
You're
just
not my
lift
step,
your leg.
Bro. You're just the kid I have to watch. God damn.
It's clearly. Oh my god.
Who can I tell? I'm in 4th grade.
Yeah, what? She's acting. I can't stand her.
Whoa. Did you see that face? She really looked like she wanted to. She was winding up.
Oh, he's there. I was like, what's the sound for? You could see him walk away.
Yeah, I really wish that they went to him just like a second before. It's like, let's go. There's a child within earshot of you, Annie Brackett.
I'm going to need you to go to bed because I'm going to have a guy over.
Like, come on. Like, Lindsay, when you said you wanted to be roommates, you said you'd be cool about when I wanted to bring people over. Like, you're being kind of a dick.
You're just being, like, really uncool right now.
Yeah. Who's Tommy Doyle? I go to a different school. I'm small. I kind of wish that we still had those, like...
Also, why isn't this girl trick-or-treating?
You're going in public in that? God damn.
Yeah, she's trying to fuck.
Yeah, I guess. She's on the quad. What was he doing down there? Was he just hiding? Because he hasn't really been, like, into hiding this whole time.
He had to get away from the door real quick. He saw a pog on the
ground. Were pogs around yet? You know, you think this kid, if he wanted to be something spacey, would be like Luke Skywalker at this point.
Yeah.
But maybe this movie was being made when, before that came out. Around the same time. Yeah, I really wish that they did, like, shows like that on TV still around Halloween. Like, I feel like one of the reasons Halloween, for some people, sometimes, you know, doesn't feel like Halloween is because we don't have that anymore. Like... You know, like the TV specials and stuff like that. Yeah. I guess also, you know, the general consensus moving away from TV to, like, streaming and YouTube and stuff. Oh. Annie, you made up Ben Tramer. Like, I think you're just gaslighting Lori into believing that she likes this kid.
Yeah.
When she literally said... I'd rather go on a date with this kid than do something, like, terrible, like, just because it was so bad.
I want that plant.
Kind of, like, wish that at that scene, Michael just kind of gave up on the whole stealth thing and just, like, ran out of the bushes, just clotheslined her.
Just fucking full force sprint right at her.
There is kind of like a scene like that in 2018. Maybe that's why I'm thinking of it.
Now I just want him to run out at any point, clothesline anyone.
Like do like the get out run at her.
Oh god, that's so scary.
Is this a real song or is she improvising? Because if so, hats off. That's
She's
pretty
just
decent.
riffing. She's just riffing.
Okay, I had seen this movie so many times, never realized that she just gets in the car without unlocking it.
Oh yeah.
When she went to go get the keys, and like that's the whole thing.
Yeah.
They just reused the same audio.
Yeah.
The twice in a row. Do you know the original title for this movie? It is dog shit compared to what they decided to go with. Halloween, which is like iconic now. The Babysitter Murders.
Stop.
Which like kind of makes sense when you like understand it. It kind of goes like a little bit vignette-y. Like first it's following Annie with like a little bit of Lori, and then it goes to the totally friend, and then it ends with Lori.
Yeah.
Which like makes a little bit more sense when you like section it out that way. But
still though.
Oh my god, could you imagine if everyone was like, yeah, my favorite movies are Friday the 13th, Nightmare on Elm Street,
The Babysitter
Murders.
Yikes. Also, when she died just now, her eyes went all cross-eyed, like Fear Street.
Yeah, if anybody has seen Fear Street, 1978 and 1666, they use the same clip in each. So when she just suddenly cross-eyed. Like, it's such a dramatic scene, and so
it
much
ruins
hinges on it. And holy shit, it got me.
I want to know who allowed that to stay in, like, for real.
Does this kid really think that she didn't just see him get up?
Are you that lump in the curtain?
I like how he takes the time to set up, you know, his little house, his little spooky house, for someone to run through later and find all the bodies.
Yeah. Which,
as James A. Janice from Dead Meat calls it, and I will never not call it, the final girl circuit. It is perfect. It is such a good term of running around and finding all the bodies while being chased by the killer at the end.
Nobody ever believes the kid.
So in the new one, the only actor who isn't returning is Tommy Doyle. Mm-hmm. I don't know why, but Tommy Doyle in the new movie is being played by Anthony Michael Hall from The Breakfast Club and Weird Science and 16 Candles.
Interesting.
Yeah. Good choice. This part's so weird.
It really is. I remember this.
He's about to pull out the big guns with this one. Let's go, Sam Loomis.
Shoots into the air. Like,
what a strange man. He's so proud of himself, too.
Look at that little smile. He's like, yeah, I scared some kids.
He's actually named after a character from Psycho.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Like the main male lead, aside from, what's his face? Anthony Perkins' character. Norman Bates. Well, then come here,
I scared some children. What are you talking about?
That is such a good line.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, we got wrapped up again.
Yeah.
It's him. Donald Pleasance is just, he's way too much of a fucking force on screen. Every movie I've ever seen with him in it, he just like
what
gives
else has he been in?
Even like the terrible sequels to this. He's in like The Great Escape. He plays Blofeld, one of James Bond's like biggest villains. All this stuff. He's like,
oh, I can see him as a villain.
I think he's the one like that Dr. Evil's based on. Like,
okay.
With the eye scar and the cat and everything.
Yeah.
I think he might be from the stage originally, but I mean, he's just fantastic.
Yeah.
Who would you say? We were talking about Final Girls earlier. Who would you say is your favorite Final Girl?
Oh, dude,
Let's stick to girls, because obviously, like Ash Williams from Evil Dead is my favorite Final Girl.
Final Girl. I don't know. The first one that came to mind was oh fuck, what's the movie?
Wait, the thing he just okay. Look, what a fucking creep, dude. He's going on the list with Annie Brackett. They're weird.
Yeah, they're
kids in the 70s are weird. Sorry, go on.
I forget the name of the movie. The one where the wedding one where it's then they have to like play a game.
Oh, Ready or Not.
Ready or Not.
Yeah. She's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But also, if we're going like more modern, the main character from Year Next is pretty awesome.
Oh, you're right.
But they're both kind of like postmodern takes on Final Girl. Like,
yeah.
Well, maybe from Ready or Not, she's a little bit more like classic, like of just being like a random person like thrown into some crazy situation.
Yeah.
And You're Next, she's just like on it. She's awesome.
Yeah, you're right.
I would have to say,
I don't know. I always like the final girl.
Yeah. I mean, it's hard to. I would have to say probably Nancy from Nightmare on Elm Street's mine, or I mean, I feel like this is the very easy thing to say, Sydney from Scream, because she's like quintessential.
They're gonna
she's
fall off that
probably
couch.
lasted the longest of any like final girl in consecutive movies. Most of them get killed off, in their second or third appearance usually, unfortunately.
They're like actually gonna fall off that couch.
That's a shitty carved job.
Yeah. I always like the ones where it's like the little tiny happy face on like a big pumpkin.
Like who carves a pumpkin and doesn't put teeth in it?
Right. The best pumpkin I ever carved was a Oogie Boogie.
It would be. Mine is probably, I did the Mortal Kombat symbol one year, the dragon.
Cool, yeah. That's intricate.
The Stark banner from Game of Thrones, which was pretty, because like that has like a lot of the fur.
Yeah.
Those are probably like my two best. I've done like easy ones over the years, like classic, and like the Batman symbol is really easy.
Yeah,
to do.
yeah.
But like in terms of like actual like detail and stuff, I'd say those are probably my two best. And like the Mortal Kombat one, even so, because I was in like 5th grade when I did that.
Yeah.
When I did the Stark banner, I was like 20, so
Yeah.
I was at least a little bit better in terms of dexterity. And
Yeah.
Totally. She looks like Bubbles. Okay, so Blossom.
Yes.
Annie was Buttercup.
Yep.
Totally is
100%.
Bubbles. We found the blueprint, guys. What's that supposed to mean? Do we ever even see Paul, or does he just get to escape this crap because Annie never even picked him up?
Who knows?
I wonder if he's going to show up in the new one and be like, my girlfriend got killed
Yeah.
by Michael Myers. Okay. Do you want to take a bet as to whether or not Paul is going to show up in the new one? Because it seems to be, from all the trailers, it's like everyone's Michael Myers
back.
ever like messed with on this night is back for revenge.
Might just have like a short cameo.
Is he? Where?
He's next
What?
to her. He's next to her.
Was John Carpenter a virgin when he made this movie? With the choices he's made so far with his sex scenes. I mean, nothing wrong with that. Virginity's a construct. And all that good stuff.
And all that good stuff.
But he is next to her. Okay.
Now it's okay. Now it looks a little more realistic. I'm pretty sure both of her knees are towards the
like
right
together.
Though. Yeah.
Meow.
Michael's just walking around with a heart on.
Bricked up on Halloween. That's not his knife in the shadow, kids.
Oh my god.
Not totally fantastic.
Yeah, what the heck? There you go.
There you go.
Man, those glasses. They are enormous.
I really hope, everybody's into like nostalgic clothing nowadays.
Always.
I really hope those fucking glasses don't come back.
Yeah, no. There's certain things that are left behind. Like, we'll keep the scrunchies. Y'all keep those glasses.
Totally. So is that a vape?
The thing on her stomach was the little pink thing. Just
Okay.
eggs. It's just eggs.
Coming up soon is possibly the best kill in the movie. At least, like, the most iconic. It's what they made into his Maury in Dead by Daylight.
Yep.
And it's, like, what everybody thinks of in this movie. Why is no one looking for the dog? Do they not know that these people own a dog?
Nobody gives a shit about the dog. Rude. Even growing up, I was, like, hyper aware of my dogs. And the girl, like, at Tommy Doyle's house now, like, doesn't give a shit.
Damn.
There he is.
Cuffed jeans. He was ahead of his time. R.I.P. King.
Bisexual king.
Actually, no. You're weird. I don't like you.
Yeah, no, we don't. It's okay.
You know, I'm surprised Mythbusters never took this one on. Can you pin a grown man up with a single butcher knife?
And even looking at the knife, like, the tip is in
all the way
him.
through, yeah.
It's not all the way through.
That, like, classic head tilt.
He's admiring his handiwork.
Of course. And Jason kind of took that. He sometimes does that, too.
Filing her nails when she has nail polish on.
What a goober.
He's so silly. He's in a silly, goofy mood.
Bricked up under his ghost sheet.
Oh, my God.
Like, there's no purpose for him to do this.
Yeah.
Like, the second he got to the door, whether or not he was wearing it, she'd be fucked. There's nowhere for her to go. In the words of What's-His-Face from Scream, the obligatory tit shot. Brutal.
I just love it.
Or should I say, bootle. I'm so spooked.
So spooked.
Like, he took the time to make this, to find some sheets.
He's waiting because he's like, look at my costume, admire my costume, and then I'll kill you. Listen, girl, I don't talk. That's my gimmick. She's like mad.
Why don't you try calling Paul or Annie?
Those are some high-waisted jeans.
I like how she just assumes that Annie just straight up phone moaned her.
Yeah.
What a dick move. People in the 70s were wild. Too soon, Lori. Hello. You know what? That's environmentally conscious of you, Michael. Turning off the lights when you leave.
Saving them some money on their bills.
Michael said save the turtle. Singular. Save the turtle.
The turtle.
The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle. No, we're not bringing that back. We're recording this after doing Malignant, which is coming out after this episode. So look forward to Malignant. And there's a lot of jokes about Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in that one. I mean, you could wear that today. Like what she's wearing, that's pretty timeless. It's iconic. I mean, I know that we are, as I said, in a very like nostalgic fashion mood, but it's mostly like millennium kind of stuff, Y2K now. But
it goes through quick phases though.
Yeah. Yo, tip for anybody who plays Dead by Daylight: if you're on Haddonfield, Myers House, that is a great loop. If you're good at it, it is fantastic. You can keep the killer busy for a really long time. If you're the killer, avoid it. Don't let anybody go there. Corral people away from it. You've been standing there for hours.
Hours? Look at him go. Look at him go.
You have a PhD, idiot. You're the stupidest person in this movie. That might actually be Nancy's house behind him from to the left.
Yeah.
From Nightmare on Elm Street. It looks a lot like it.
That's really funny.
I do know they were filmed on very close streets and sometimes the same street. So, God, this movie is just like packed full of stuff, even from past its time. Gotta love the carpeted upstairs landing of the 70s.
God. I want those jeans.
Your cute jeans.
No, you are cute jeans.
I like how their peephole has a little door.
Yeah.
I think this is... Oh, no, I was wrong. I was about to say, I think this is about to be a one-shot, but it was not. It cut immediately.
Where is he? He's always standing in the middle of the fucking street. Not hiding behind anything. Also, you would think now is when you're seeing trick-or-treaters.
Yeah, when it's like actually dark outside?
Yeah.
And like there's no kids. Well, actually...
This might be a little late for
At least where we
kids
lived,
went to sleep.
after like 9, I can kind of remember it just being like dead.
Yeah.
After that, like most people had gone home, or like they wouldn't give out candy anymore.
Yeah,
or they were
yeah.
just, like out of candy for the night.
It's when they put the bowl out and they put the little note that says, "Please take one," and some asshole that always gets to the house right before you takes the entire fucking bowl in their pillowcase. Awful.
I can proudly say that when I was a child, I always took the correct amount of pieces.
Yeah.
Because I was nice.
Exactly.
And I was a good little boy.
The only Halloween bowl that I would take all of is
Your
the
own?
one at my house. All of the leftovers. My mom would always get it was like Sour Patch Kids, Mike and Ike's, like the candies that usually weren't in like the chocolate packs. And I would take like half of the Sour Patch Kids and then put the rest in the bowl.
Nice.
No one's answering you. Sorry, girlfriend. Also, like, wouldn't there be like blood on the ground from Mr. Man who was
And
hung
the
there?
blood seeped through the cracks in the... Is Michael a hardcore goth? Yes or no? Or is he an emo, or is he a scene? Okay. Michael, Jason, Freddy. Which one is goth? Which one is emo? Which one is scene?
Okay, I think Freddy has to be the goth one. I feel like he's like...
I would say scene because
Really?
he's the most flashy.
I guess.
And no offense to scene kids, the most kind of desperate seeming for approval.
Oh my goodness.
I lived through the generation. I can say some shit.
Then maybe
But
I think
also,
Jason has to be the emo. For sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. But also,
So then I guess
Freddy
Michael's the
does
goth.
wear the striped sweater. That's pretty goth.
True.
It's not black and white, but, you know, at least it's still stripes.
Mm-hmm.
And
which
I don't
one
know, I
is
guess
most likely to be an e-boy? I feel like Michael.
Gabriel from Malignant.
Honestly.
Yeah, Michael does have, because honestly, I could see him even
With, like, the
biting
rings
the
and,
bottom of his mask to make it look like that lip thing that they do.
Oh my god.
I feel like the eyes of the mask would crinkle with it,
And
too.
I feel like the fact that he doesn't talk, but like he could growl. No, good night, goodbye.
And next time Michael comes on screen, I have to just growl for him.
Stop it. No.
Yeah, okay. So, do you say Freddy scene,
Yeah.
Jason emo, Michael goth?
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that.
Based on nothing. That's just what I feel.
You know, Michael has like the all white face.
Yeah.
But also
yeah.
I could say Michael could be seen because he's the only one with hair, and like
You're
know, the bangs and the straightened hair was very part of that.
Mm-hmm.
That's not Judith Myers, you numpty. That's Annie Brackett. But yeah, I mean,
that was dubbed.
I really applaud Michael for taking the time to set this all up for her, even with the perfect timing and everything.
Yeah, he's like waiting, like holding him up, and he's like, she gonna turn around? When's she gonna turn around?
What the fuck is he even hanging from?
Iconic.
I mean, for all she knows, this could be a very elaborate prank by her friends.
This is true.
Honestly,
pretty
I'm
traumatic for a
there's
prank.
not even a line of her saying like, guys, come on, like, haha, this isn't funny.
Yeah.
Ooh. Oh my god.
I love it.
That's so perfect.
I love it.
I feel like so much of this movie is us going, oh, that is perfect. That is so
He
cool.
missed!
Talk about failing at the final hurdle, Michael, you idiot.
Yeah, dumbass.
Do your little walk.
She was right in front. She was less than a foot away from you.
Also kind of changing your MO. Every other woman so far in this movie, at least as an adult, he's strangled.
Yeah.
Instead of stabbed. I mean, I got his sister he stabbed. She kind of does look like his sister. If you're going by the other timeline, she is his sister.
Would that rake actually work?
Why can't you just break it open?
Yeah.
Come on, Lori.
Like, just kick it.
Let's go, Lori.
He can punch through that door. You can punch through this door.
It's glass.
Girl, kick it.
You can see through it. What if he got his arm stuck in the door?
He's like, hold on.
There you go.
She just palmed it. Jeez.
So when does Lindsay Lohan sing the one song in this one?
Come on now. What did you trip over? A leaf?
The real enemy was apathy all along.
Like, what the fuck?
This is the bystander
You see a teenager
effect.
screaming for her life on your porch and you close your blinds on her? Jesus.
This is the bystander effect in practice.
And also, that's some shit, like, that people would do now. Like, nobody answers their doors now.
Yeah.
Back
that's
then,
valid.
anyone's allowed in.
Yeah.
Like,
So, friends, why
was
did he
he
let her
just
get so much distance?
Yeah, was he just
like, 2
standing in the
feet behind her
backyard
in
like,
the kitchen.
nice weather tonight.
He was setting the house back up in case anybody else showed it. If you're ever in a situation where you see something bad happen, take action. Do not be a bystander. Do not let the bystander effect take hold of you.
Yeah, seriously.
It's easier said than done. It immediately always comes in.
But, you know, if someone's running around and someone's following them with a literal knife, maybe help them out. This kid's annoying.
Yeah, it's the boogeyman, whatever. When the hell did Michael do that?
Yeah, literally.
Oh. I love the breathing effect on this.
I know.
That's a good Halloween costume. If I'm being honest. Easy, too. He
missed
sucks.
again! Oh, God.
Whiff.
Ow. He slumped.
You know, that makes a lot of sense. He would have been... He's literally, since he was like, what, 6 or 7 years old, lived behind bars in a completely protected state. His threshold for pain would be dog shit.
Yeah, honestly.
Like, he would not know how to deal with anything.
Look at him. A knitting needle took him out.
Like, for real. He would not be able to withstand anything. It makes sense, because, like, what she does to him, knitting needle and stuff later, is, like, not, like, crazy. Mm-hmm. Like, it wouldn't really phase most other slashers, at least. You know, any normal person.
Well, like
100%.
Jason, who's, like, indestructible and, like...
He's only indestructible after the 4th movie.
Yeah.
Because then he becomes zombie Jason.
Zombie.
A very special little boy. A special little man.
No baby boy.
Where's your sense of urgency, dude?
Literally, he's like, you need to help me. You have to help me. I'm going to walk around town for several hours. There's the urgency. And now he'll resume walking.
Sorry, I had to TP this house behind me first. They wouldn't give me any full-size candy bars.
No, it wasn't me, as he's like throwing the toilet paper rolls.
I am so glad that kids nowadays do not have that little boy's haircut anymore.
Oh my god, yeah.
Bowl cuts are out, and I'm very, very happy about it. Especially with the little mullet going on in the back.
Yeah,
Thank
yeah.
Christ.
He really likes to just stand around. I remember this scene.
Oh yeah, this is flat out iconic.
Mm-hmm. I didn't remember most other things, though.
Good. So this has kind of been a new experience for you again. I mean, you're definitely, you know, you've grown. You're more literate in film. You've taken a film class or two.
I actually graduated from NYU.
NYU Film School.
Film school.
Steven Spielberg helped me write my thesis.
Yeah.
And everything.
You know all those famous directors? I know them.
Truffaut,
I know them.
Godard.
All you know those guys.
Charlie Chaplin.
Besties, we're tight, we're close. Let me in. Let me in.
Yeah, there's one thing to do. You know what? Turns the light on.
Yeah.
That's smart thinking.
Now I can see. Oh, those wire hangers.
No wire hangers. Funny you mentioned the wire hangers.
I didn't even realize.
See, that's smart.
He was just like, oopsie.
See, she just gets him right in the eye with it.
Yeah.
God damn. Ooh.
She's done this before where she knocks him out and then just is like, okay,
And that's why
everything's
the rule
completely
is-
fine now.
Double tap.
Exactly.
Always with the double tap.
Exactly.
Thank you, Zombieland. Dude, Michael is slumped, dude.
Laying on the floor,
Can't
listening
hang,
to Bo Burnham's
shoes
Inside.
on, costume on. Where's a Sharpie? Like, we both know what's gonna happen when he does the sit-up. What he did. Yeah. There's just penises on his face. And on his forehead, just like, dickhead.
Party too hard.
We've done this. We did this like 3 minutes ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, she really looks like how she looks now.
Yeah.
Like in this shot.
Mm-hmm.
Like up until it's like, eh.
Yeah.
Run out the door screaming.
Yeah.
Make sure you get that part down. I wonder if like Michael does like core workouts, like abs. Oh, he totally does. Bow. Bow. Nailed it. Way to go, kids.
Good job, kids.
I like how he's like, this is where I need to be.
Yeah. It's taking him that long to figure out that that's where Michael is. And he's got a freaking PhD.
He was standing next to the stolen car with the name of the place that he escaped from on it. You were in that car right before it got stolen.
Literally.
Oh, I forgot she has the knife. I was just be like, why didn't he stab her?
Yeah.
I love the eyebrows. I do like the attention to detail they have. His like eye all swollen from where he got stabbed and stuff. Bam. What's one shot? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Little jumpy, twisty turn.
Yeah, that's the whole clip for a revolver, right? Way to go, Sam
looked like he
Loomis.
just tried to
really
shoot
coming
again.
in at the fucking 11th hour with that one, dude.
Yeah.
I never realized
He
how
was
much
on
of this
a witch
movie
hunt
he
for him.
literally just spends standing outside Michael Myers' house.
Literally.
Like, he's way more involved in the sequels. I gave him too much credit for this one.
Well, probably
I mean, he
because
did, I guess. Like,
he probably got some feedback from people of the town that were like, we saw you walking around doing fucking nothing.
Oh, no.
Where did he go? Little did you know, Michael was actually wearing a bullet vest. And then he just jumped out the window. All my friends are dead.
Like, could you imagine seeing this in theaters and just being like, fuck,
Yeah.
for the first time? Especially with this ending. Like, this is why this movie is fantastic to watch on Halloween night itself, is just for this. Like, after the night's over, with just the breathing and all the shots of the houses and the streets and stuff. It just, like, really, really sets the mood nicely.
Yeah.
It's perfect. And honestly, when I was younger, a younger lad, I was not that into this one. It's definitely like grown on me the more I've grown up.
Yeah.
And like come to appreciate like what it symbolized and eventually became and gave rise to and everything. Mm-hmm. Because, you know, it's not as flashy as the other two main series.
Yeah.
PJ Souls, Linda. That was totally. Bubbles. Nice.
I know. The fact that Michael's 23.
And he's called The Shape. Ooh. Way to go, Nick Castle. I love that picture of you on set where you're drinking a Dr. Pepper through the mask. So, Jess.
Yes.
what would you rate this movie out of 10 or 5 or whatever we want to rate these out of?
I feel like it being a classic gives it a few extra points just because I feel like I like this one a lot.
Yeah. Beast Boy. Sorry. Josh Miller.
Both of the productions.
Steve
Barry
Mathis,
and Paul
Beast
worked
Boy.
so hard getting those leaves to be brown.
Yeah, okay. Barry and Paul.
Barry and Paul.
Y'all
Applause
are the
for
real
you.
ones here. I don't know if I gotta find out who it is. Who worked on Halloween, spreading
the leaves.
stuff around. I don't know if it was Sam Raimi and Bruce Campbell or if it was Wes Craven himself.
Yeah.
And like the only movies that are like the only song is fucking "Don't Fear the Reaper."
Yeah. But as far as rating it, I don't know. Maybe like a 6. I do like it, but like
6 out of 10.
Just like
Whoa, that is bold.
But like, no, I do like it, but I don't know. I feel like I'm comparing it to like the other two of the big three, and I like those so much.
Oh, it was Robert Englund.
Oh,
Freddy Krueger himself.
Yes.
Was the one who did the leaves.
Yeah. I think it's just because I like Freddy and Jason so much as villains. So like in my head, I'm like comparing it to them, and I just like them so much. So I'm like, he's all right, he's cool.
Yeah.
I do like it as a Halloween movie, but not my favorite of the series. You know. Whew. How about you? 10 out of 10?
Yeah. I don't know if 10 out of 10. At least like 8 or 9 out of 10. It's way too good. It's really, really important, and I think I would have to rate it like an 8 or 9. You know,
makes sense.
like
I mean, you watch it every year too.
Yeah. So it's grown on me.
Yeah.
Substantially, and also like the people involved in it. I'm a really big fan of now, like Jamie Lee Curtis and like John Carpenter and stuff. So yeah, definitely up there for me.
I think it's just because like I appreciate movies from the 70s and 80s, but like they're not my favorite horror movies, you know?
Yeah, well, yeah, I mean, out of the big three, I would have to say Halloween might be my least, just because I think overall quality, I believe the Nightmare series has that in like from movie to movie.
Yeah.
Like generally they're pretty good and pretty like varied. And then I'm a huge fan of like Jason, even though those movies are really repetitive.
But I love Jason. I love Friday the 13th.
And also, I'm a sucker for it not being extremely confusing the whole time.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's where I put that. But anyway, thank you so much for listening to us ramble on during this classic. I hope you have a great Halloween. Next episode in the queue is Halloween 2018. If you'd like to find that where you can find it, I'm pretty sure it's on basically every streaming platform that you can pay for it on, like Amazon Prime, Vudu, that kind of stuff. And it's, definitely on Blu-ray, probably on sale right now because of the new movie and because it's October. So join us for that. And then if that's not really your steez, next week, our first regular release, as we said, will be Malignant. Not really sure where you can get your hands on that right now because we watched it on HBO Max and realized that it's coming off of HBO Max on October 10th, which is the day that we're recording this. So legally, if you can get your hands on Malignant, watch along with us. If not, you might have to wait for that one. So thank you so much for listening. Jess, do you have any parting words for the peeps?
Happy Halloween.
Happy Halloween. We will be back with Malignant and even more horror movies for the rest of October. Haven't really decided what they're going to be, but hopefully some fun stuff to finish out the month.
That we like, that one of us actually hasn't seen
sure,
instead of stretching the rules this time.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure our first one in November is gearing up to possibly be Cats or something just as cursed.
Help me.
We want to get the bad ones out of the way. Cats, The Room, The Wicker Man, etc., etc.
I've seen The Room like 12 times.
Yeah, but you gotta
you gotta do.
You gotta do The Room. So we don't have any socials set up yet, so I'm sure there'll be a little interstitial right now. Hey, I was right. It's Dan again, coming in at the end of the show. As we now have a title, we are the Movie Night Mates. Please follow us on all the socials where we are Movie Night Mates, all one word, on Instagram and Twitter. I totally lied to you earlier, by the way, when I said that it was Malignant that we'd be watching next week, because it is off of HBO Max, and it's not streaming literally anywhere for right now. So we're just going to hold that one off for a little bit later. And next week, instead, we're going to be covering Sinister. But you can hop on over to the next episode of the show, Halloween 2018, to get prepared for Halloween Kills. Now back to the regular show of all of those. So please follow us where you can follow us: Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Amazon, Vudu,
Uber,
MySpace,
DoorDash,
Grubhub. Anywhere you can. But
Gmail.
Most importantly, please leave if you're watching on YouTube, a like, subscribe, and anywhere else, please give it a nice rating, hopefully a 4 or a 5 out of 5, and a nice comment. That stuff really does help with the algorithm and putting us forward, and keeps us doing this. But the best thing you can do is suggest us to a friend or a family or an enemy, or trick an enemy into watching a movie with you, but put this on and ruin it for them. So really thank you so much for listening, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye.